Good afternoon, everyone. If everyone could try and find a seat, we're going to get the program started in a few minutes. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. We are very glad all of you are here. My name is Dave Denemy. I'm the board chair here at Mariners Inn. I have been involved with Mariners. Thank you. I have been involved with Mariners one way or the other for a little over 20 years. This is a very, very exciting time for all of us, for the city of Detroit, And on behalf of all of the board of directors who are here today, again, I welcome you. I am very proud to be a part of this. This has been many years in the making. I remember way back when the board meetings, when we started to discuss this, and whether or not we wanted to remain here, whether or not we wanted to move, whether or not we should stay in the city of Detroit. And for quite a while, some of those board meetings were interesting. And obviously, we chose to stay right where we've been for 60 plus years. And today is the making of that. And again, everyone involved, everybody here should be very, very proud of today and of the new facility. On that note, I'd like to welcome Reverend Hankins to come forward for a blessing.
Thank you. Thank you. Giving honor, first of all, to God, and giving honor to the head of this household, Mr. David Sampson. Let's give him a round of applause as well. And not only to Mr. Sampson, to the board members who helped get the funding for this project, for the city councils and the licenses that had to take place in order for this to happen, but also for the staff that is here at Mariners Inn who work tirelessly to make sure that this vision comes into fruition. So with that, we're going to say, and I'm going to be brief because ministers always have a tendency to be long. Amen. Let us thank God. Heavenly Father, we just thank you right now. In the Bible, it says that Nehemiah, in the book of Nehemiah, it said, when the people had a mind to work, then they built the wall. We at Mariners Inn are now celebrating that vision that Nehemiah had, and many like him over the years, that a little over 100 years ago, somebody had a vision about drunken sailors. And that evolved and snowballed into a mission to deal with people who were indigents, people who had substance abuse problems, not just with alcohol. But even after working in the recovery process, the vision even increased and evolved. And once they received the information that they needed to be better and to do something better, they needed a place to stay. And that is what we are celebrating here today. That vision that was started 100 years and will continue to evolve as long as the people have a mind to work. So we are grateful to you, God, for seeing this vision in fruition. We are grateful to you, God, for the lives that have been changed and altered in this place. We are grateful to you, God, for the people, the donators that may be in the background, but every nickel or dime that they place in the coffers at Mariners Inn and the Anchors of Life, we appreciate it. Because when there is a real cause, God will send the people that make that vision come into fruition. So again, we are grateful to you, Father, and we ask that you would continue to bless Mariners Inn and those that would come through our doors, that they would leave out different from the way that they came in, and they too might one day recognize that they too have a vision We thank you. In Jesus' name, amen.
I'd now like to welcome the mayor of Detroit, Mike Duggan, who, as was just mentioned, without his support and without the support of the city council, we would not be standing here today. So welcome.
Isn't this a special day? I mean, Mariners Inn plays such a critical role in this community. I want to say congratulations, folks from Mariners, the partners at Sinair. The mayor and the council have worked together for the last 12 years to build affordable housing. And in the last 6 years, built $1.2 billion, 6,000 units. Last week, council members and I were over at Parkside, behind Chandler Park, where we're building 480 units for our folks of lowest income. But here's the issue. You have a lot of people in this city who are in and out of homelessness who aren't ready to just move into an apartment on their own. And in some ways, this is the most challenging, and many of these folks end up in a shelter for a period of time. But if you have addiction issues, if you have mental health issues, other things going on in your life, a lot of times you just flat out refuse to leave the street and go into shelters at all. The most difficult mission in this city are the folks who are running the agencies who say, we're going to help you address your issues, make that next step, to build the permanent supportive housing where that support is there every day. And here, with the treatment residential beds as well, you're doing the work to help our residents go from living on the street to being able to be permanently on their own. And in other cities, you have a hockey and basketball arena and a lot of wealthy housing come in, and you get pushed out. In the city of Detroit with Mariners Mission, we said, we don't want to push you out of this neighborhood. We want you to grow. We want you to be right here in the heart of Detroit. And so to have these 44 private beds for the permanent supportive housing, to have the residential treatment beds is just terrific. And so you have watched for the last 12 years, and at times council and I disagree. One thing we have not disagreed on in 12 years is the all-out commitment we have made to make sure that as the city recovers, the folks who stay don't get pushed out. We push for that affordable housing every single day, and I'm really pleased at this point to introduce a champion of affordable housing for that whole 12 years, your council president, Mary Sheffield.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is such a beautiful day here in our city, and I'm so honored to be here for this announcement of the grand opening of the anchor for the Mariners Inn. Truly, the name is fitting. This truly is an anchor in our community, one that represents hope, healing, and a second chance to so many of our residents in Detroit. So 2 things came to mind when I thought about the Mariners Inn. The first one is, like many families, mine has personally been impacted by substance abuse. I have witnessed the struggles that come with it. I know the toll that it takes not just on the individual, but the loved ones that also are impacted. And at a very challenging moment in my life with one of my family members who was in a crisis, it was Mariners Inn that had their doors open to provide the care and the compassion and the services that my family and relative needed at that time. And so this place has always been near and dear to my heart. It has always stayed with me, knowing that this place is a place of compassion, a place that would not judge and would walk alongside individuals in their journey to recovery. The second thing that came to mind was during COVID-19 pandemic. There was something that was, and you said, that's right, you must have been here. That's right. I don't know why the Mariners Inn was calling me to come to this building, but I came. And I had the opportunity to pour into the men that were in the facility at that time to encourage them to keep moving forward in their hope, in their healing, in their journey. But I didn't just talk, I listened to them. And I heard the story of resilience, of strength, and of gratitude. And every single man that was there that day spoke about the impact that the Mariners Inn has had on them, and that it has been a lifeline to providing them hope during their darkest times. And so today, again, is so powerful because it's personal to me, knowing the impact that it has had not only to my family, but to others. It now has the ability to double the capacity of residents that they can serve now. And might I mention, now being able to service women as well. Women. This is a monumental step forward, ensuring that no one is left behind on their journey to recovery, from housing to training to medical to mental health and support. This is the holistic care that our residents need. So in closing, I just want to extend a heartfelt gratitude to Mariners Inn for nearly a century being an anchor in our community, providing a place of refuge, healing, and transformation to so many families. It is an honor to serve and provide support on the City Council, and to all of the partners who have made this possible, congratulations, and thank you for the work that you all do. And I have the absolute privilege of bringing up my colleague and partner, Councilmember Santiago Ramiro.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. I always have to move the mic down, but I am so incredibly grateful to be here and proud to be your Detroit City Council member representative here for District 6. I am a social worker, I'm a community organizer, and my first time working with the Mariners Inn, I was a Challenge Detroit fellow. And we were here learning about the services, the programs that were provided. I learned about the partnerships that we had with Goodwill to make sure that we're not just providing our men with the spiritual, the mental support that they need, but also the technical support to learn skills, to be able to go back into the world and to be able to sustain themselves and fend for themselves and have a place here to come back to for support. I'm incredibly grateful to know that we are not only providing them with these skills, but now a place to call home while they transition back into whatever they have to do, back into their homes and into their communities. And I am very well aware that these things take time. This is not an easy feat. It takes partners, it takes funding, it takes changes of policies, and I'm just so incredibly grateful for everyone coming together. This is what we have to do. We have to come together. We have to do hard things together, and we need to do more projects like these. As we build a beautiful downtown, we have to ensure that every Detroiter is able to access what we all have and be able to build the city back to what we all know and love. So I'm just so incredibly grateful for everyone being here, for working together, for making sure that we don't leave any Detroiter behind. And would like to thank, and just round of applause to our CEO. We have a special gift for you, Council President I, if you wouldn't mind joining us up here.
So on behalf of the Detroit City Council, we would like to present to you a Spirit of Detroit Award on behalf of the Detroit City Council to Mr. David Sampson.
And with that, everyone, your CEO, David Sampson.
This happened to me last time. But I came prepared, though, so. But this was unexpected, and thank you. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for believing in us. So I'm going to go by my script, because if I don't, I'll be up here crying forever. Good afternoon. It's truly a pleasure to be here with all of you today as we celebrate this important milestone, the grand opening of the Anchor. On behalf of Mariners Inn, in partnership with Scenario Solutions, I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to each and every one of you for joining us for this special occasion. I would like to take a moment to recognize some of the key individuals and groups who have made this project possible, who I think are all here today, which really speaks to how special this is. Joe Heathy of Ethos Development, him and his team. Our dedicated team at Mariners Inn and the Board of Trustees, especially Marie Racine and Carl Bentley. Our second-to-none staff of this wonderful agency. And in spirit of March Madness, right, with what's happening, I would like to personally thank my final four, Karina, Shalonda, Ann, and Bruce. You all are amazing. Scenario Solutions, Chris Laurent, Ed Podis, Josh White, John Cipriano, somewhere I saw John. O'Brien Construction, Dave Vivio, Jeff Manor, Dan Swain, thank you all. Landon Bowman Banker, our architects. I didn't see Jack, but I think I saw Jeff. Yep, Jeff. Thank you all for all your hard work. Kevin, thank you so much. Mishta, Miss Amy Hovey and Liz Rademacher. Hi, Liz. Thank you so much. And of course, the City of Detroit Mayor Duggan. Without you, sir, none of this is possible. Thank you so much. And I must also tell you that the wonderful, dedicated staff in your Housing and Revitalization Department have been amazing in their approach to helping us. So Ms. Julie Snyder and that department are amazing. Thank you. Ms. Kate Levin-Markell of the McGregor Fund, who believed in us from the beginning. From the beginning. You started this. Thank you. A very special thank you and acknowledgement to our private donors, because without you, the good fight of service to the people by providing affordable housing would be that much harder. Thank you. I would also like to thank Masco Corporation for their tremendous contributions to the success of this project. Sue Sable and Lauren Plawicki, I don't know if either one of them is here, but they've done a yeoman's job of helping us get to this point where we are. But most importantly, the residents of the Anchor. This is for you. Today marks more than just the opening of a new housing development. It represents a commitment to community, to progress, and to providing safe, beautiful, and affordable housing for people in the city of Detroit that need it most. Housing is more than just a structure. It's about creating a place where people can feel safe and thrive in an area where neighbors become lifelong friends. With the Anchor, we're not just cutting a ribbon, we're opening doors to opportunity, stability, and hope. This development will not only provide 44 apartments, but it will also bring access to downtown, midtown, transportation, employment, entertainment, leisure activities, sporting events, education, and the type of neighborhood environment that promotes a sense of belonging necessary to thrive. It is a testament to what can be achieved when we work together with a shared vision of a stronger, more vibrant community. As we celebrate today, let us remember that this is just the beginning. We look forward to seeing people thrive here, friendships form, and a true sense of community take root. This development will stand as a symbol of progress and possibility for years to come. So once again, thank you. Please forgive me for sweating from my eyes. It happens when I'm this overwhelmed, and you are the reason why we do this. So thank you so much.
Next up, I'd like to welcome Tara Linzer, the Director of Homeless Services for the City of Detroit.
I am honored to stand here before you all today, celebrating this amazing accomplishment, the grand opening of the Anchor. Mariners Inn commitment to both the men and women of Detroit should be celebrated, and the energy in this room is just amazing. In my role at the city, I often focus on emergency services, emergency shelter, street outreach. But the other part of the homelessness ecosystem is permanent housing, projects such as this. Permanent supportive housing provides both affordable housing coupled with case management, supportive services, anything from access to healthcare to jobs, mental health support, and really helps people turn a house into a home, helps them stay housed. It really is the solution to homelessness, housing. And so just celebrating today this accomplishment, and I'm very honored to be part of this work. The Anchor represents both a collective effort from many different partners, such as the political leaders, Scenario Solutions, the McGregor Fund, and many more that helped make this a reality. I look forward to watching both the residents and this organization continue to thrive in the city of Detroit. Thank you. I'd like to introduce Mr. Laurent from Scenario Solutions.
Thanks. Heads up, Dave did a lot of the thank yous, so I might be a little bit duplicative. But my name is Chris Laurent. I serve my team as president of Scenario Solutions. At Scenario, we believe that everyone, regardless of where you come from, what your background is, deserves every opportunity to live a productive life in the pursuit of happiness and all that our communities offer. We're incredibly grateful for the continued support of the city and its leader, Mike Duggan, whose commitment to its residents is evident in every city employee that we encountered throughout this process. We're humbled by the leaders, particularly Dave Sampson at Mariners Inn, and its undying commitment to enriching the lives of so many. Celebrity Stephen Colbert famously said, "Service is love made visible." And that's been evident in everyone who had a hand in getting us to this point today. Thanks again to our architects, Landon Bone Baker, Jeff Bone, I think, is here, Jeff Banner and Dan Swain, from O'Brien Construction, Dave Vivio's in the back, for a really unmatched, exceptionally run construction process. Thanks to my colleagues, Ed Potus, who's in the back in the sharp suit, and John Cipriano, also I think in a sharp suit over on this side over here, and our friends Joe Heafy, Lana from Ethos Development, who helped us get across the finish line. Thanks to our partners at National Equity Fund, we'll hear from Kristen in a minute, for a lot of persistence and commitment to purpose. Thanks to the countless state and city resources who contributed to make sure that residents had what they would need to be successful. Shout out to our newly appointed Detroit market leader, Yolanda Bird. Everyone's wearing like bright kind of colors today. Yolanda's responsible in her role to make sure that we fully understand everything that's happening in Southeast Michigan, so we're looking forward to her new role. Thanks to Maureen Racine and the number of lunches that we had. Whenever anything seemed like they were going sideways, she'd give me a call and I'd come to Detroit and we'd have lunch, usually on my dime. That probably says something. I want to really recognize our often unsung heroes, the folks at KMG Prestige and the Mariners Inn team and their leadership of my colleague Josh White, our asset manager. When we were all settled in, kind of quietly protecting ourselves and our family or enjoying them over the holidays, these guys were helping residents move into Mariners Inn. The hard work when everyone else was taking it easy. So how about a round of applause for that team? So we believe, as the folks at Mariners Inn do, that dignity matters. Kindness matters, hope matters, commitment to purpose matters, and people matter. Thanks again for the opportunity to share in this experience. It's my honor to introduce our next speaker, the incredibly patient and helpful Elizabeth Rademacher. Did I pronounce that right? Yeah, I did. She coached me on that beforehand. From Mishta. Thank you.
If any of you have met me in real life, you know that patience is probably the last word that anyone uses to describe me in any way, shape, or form. So I will take it today, but we know better. Thank you, everybody. It's an honor to be here today to represent MSHDA, the Michigan State Housing Development Authority. Probably, and I've been trying to do the math, but probably 6 or 7 years ago, when we talk about how hard and how difficult it is to get everything in line, how patient perhaps I was or was not. I think about 6 or 7 years ago, I was offered the opportunity to come and visit Anchor at Mariners. I got to walk through the facility. I got to meet some of the residents. We got to see what the plan was and what the suggestion was for the future. So to be here today, to see full circle that we have finally completed this, that we're here to open everything, that we are serving individuals within this community, it's a big deal, and I'm really excited about it. Congratulations to everybody here for it, because we know that this development is more than just a building. It's a beacon of hope for some of Detroit's most vulnerable residents. 44 permanent supportive housing units and 40 short-term recovery housing units will provide stability, dignity, and opportunity to individuals working to rebuild their lives. We're proud to support projects like this, projects that align with our goals to expand affordable housing, combat homelessness, strengthen communities. The Anchor at Mariners Inn is a testament to what's possible when public, private, and nonprofit sectors unite with a shared vision. There are so many partners, I will not try to name them. I think you all have done a great job. I think you all are here, so thank you all. I want to make sure that we acknowledge, too, the people who aren't here, the subcontractors, the workers, the rest of the management company, the friends and family of the residents, all people who supported and made this possible. We commend Scenario Solutions Corporation and Mariners Inn for their leadership in bringing this development to life. With critical support from the City of Detroit, the Detroit Housing Commission, and key financing partners, this project will not only provide housing, but also those essential services that make it possible for residents to recover, to grow, and to thrive. Beyond the impact on individuals, this development is a win for the Cass Park Historic District and Midtown Detroit, adding much-needed housing, activating retail space along Cass Avenue, and ensuring the neighborhood remains inclusive and vibrant. At MSHDA, we believe the home is a foundation for success in every area of our lives. We want it to be that place where you can go home from work, kick off your shoes, take off your sweatpants. Or, I'm sorry, put on your sweatpants. Kick back, relax, and be able to worry only about what TV show you're watching tonight, or planning that birthday party, or whatever it is that you're doing that night, right? Maybe knitting a project. We don't want you to have to be at home worrying about all of the things like paying rent. Is this a safe location? Thanks to the dedication of everyone here today, the Anchor at Mariners Inn will be that foundation for so many in need. So congratulations, everyone, and thank you for your commitment to building a stronger, more compassionate Detroit. I get to introduce Kate Levin Markell, the president of the McGregor Fund.
Hi, everyone. It's great to see so many friends and champions of this work in the city. I have to start with something a little hard, and that is what I think is on many people's minds and hearts right now. We're in a really difficult and dangerous time in our country, and it threatens the very best work that many of us in this room do hard. And I just didn't want to not touch on that right now and deny the heaviness and the danger of the moment. And the way we get through this and come out better is by believing in each other, believing in the kind of work that gets done here, that people do with each other in this incredible organization. And I need this pause to acknowledge the moment. But that being said, this is a really joyful time, and we are being welcomed into the homes of some very important people who matter so much to the city today and to our future. So I've never done this before at a ribbon cutting, but I feel this is a time where being kind and loving to each other is what matters most. So, Dave, I've brought some welcome gifts for the residents. Salt for good fortune and good health. Oil for abundance. Pepper for spice and warmth. And maybe a barbecue. Anyway, love you all. Thank you all.
Hey everyone, I'm Kristen Seneff. I am honored to be here on behalf of the National Equity Fund, a leading national nonprofit syndicator, asset manager, and pioneer in affordable housing. So just in case you don't know what a syndicator is, because I'm sure it's kind of a weird word, maybe you don't, right? MISHDA allocates the tax credits to build this. I purchase tax credits. We sell to investors to monetize them, which makes up a good portion of the funding that built the Anchor at Mariners Inn. So just wanted to clear that up. Attending these grand openings, it is absolutely one of my favorite parts of this job, and this one is really special. When we reflect on the COVID era, we think of some of the most wild and unprecedented times that a lot of us have dealt with. I will say in this particular industry, it was no different. We were faced with construction price increases, construction delays. It felt like every single day was a new plot twist that threatened to derail the important work that this team was going to do. So I want to say that on behalf of NEF, we also were plagued with a bit of uncertainty and a mass amount of frustration. But despite all of these circumstances and despite the tumultuous ride that was the pandemic, this team's commitment to their mission was unwavering. The Anchor at Mariners Inn is not only a state-of-the-art affordable housing development, it is a testament to the perseverance and resilience in the face of adversity. It's a reflection of passionate and compassionate leaders who value their community, and most of all, it's an opportunity for individuals to reach their full potential through safe, stable, affordable, and supportive housing. And then if I can go off script a minute and just piggyback a little bit on what Kate said, we are in the face of adversity once again under new threats this time, and so I just think it's really important that we do this today, right? That we pause, that we celebrate, we come together as community, we look each other in the eyes, and we remember why we fight so hard for affordable housing, because it matters. So to all of our development partners, to Mariners Inn, Scenario Solutions, Ethos Development Partners, thank you for your commitment to affordable and supportive housing. Thank you to our investors for their funding, for the community members, state and local officials. Without your support, today would not be possible. So congratulations, everyone. And with that, I want to welcome up Anna Shires from the Federal Home Loan Bank of Indianapolis, who also provided valuable financing for the construction of this project.
Thank you, Kristen. Hi, everyone. I'm Anna Shires, Vice President and Associate Director of Community Investment Outreach for the Federal Home Loan Bank of Indianapolis. That is quite a mouthful. As a lot of you know, my role is based here in Detroit, where I get the pleasure to work with a lot of you sitting in this audience so that we can increase our grant investment and impact across the city and across the state. On behalf of the bank, I want to congratulate everyone here that had a hand in making this project come to life. This project embodies the exact type of housing that we want to invest in. It's providing shelter and supportive services that those that need it the most, all while being surrounded by the energy and amenities of this great city. I think we all know that affordable housing project takes a village of staff and organizations. You've heard that over and over from the speakers, and we are just so proud to be one of them, one of those organizations to support this project alongside our good friends at MISHDA, our good friends at the city, and other key partners. We at the Federal Home Loan Bank supported this project with a $600,000 grant, but our grant funding is a bit unique. We require that projects like the Anchor at Mariners Inn partner with community credit unions, banks, or CDFIs, to access our grant funding. So we're really grateful to our member, Independent Bank, for expanding their affordable housing lending and investment into the city of Detroit. And that Independent Bank helped this project access our grant funds. So I need to give a special thank you to Jason Blaine and Marty Spencer, who are here with us today at Independent Bank. Because of our member financial institutions, again, like Independent Bank, we at the Federal Home Loan Bank of Indianapolis invested $7 million of grant funding in the city of Detroit last year alone. And, let me turn that page, it's projects like Mariners Inn that continue to add to this momentum. So with that, congratulations again to the Mariners Inn and Scenario Solutions team, as well as the city of Detroit in general, on completing a transformative project that we know will change so many lives of so many Detroiters. Thank you. And with that, is my honor to introduce George Hubble, a Mariners Inn resident.
Thank you. First of all, I want to give honor and glory to God, first of all, for waking me up this morning and for waking all you people up. I also want to give an honor to Mr. David Sampson and all the people that work at Manners, and Miss Karina Jackson, all the females that work at Manners. Mr. Sampson had a vision years back, and I was up in MER in 2019, and he came to my room and he told me he wanted me to come downstairs to the boardroom to take a look at something. When I got down there, they were showing some video of what we're standing in right now, and he asked me, what did I think about it? The first thing came to my mind was, somebody asked an addict like me, what do I think about something that I'll be able to stay in? And of course, I said, it's great. I want to thank so many people, man. Mr. Gary Owens, Mr. Curtis Beard, Miss Samley, Miss Spencer, all y'all people helped me so much, man. My daughters love all y'all. Every time I talk to my daughter, they ask me how y'all doing, especially Miss Hankins. I think Miss Hankins is their mother. I used to stand outside when they first started building this place after I would get done in the kitchen. And I would go across the street and just stand there and watch the construction workers work. And I would just think back at, look at what God does through people. Look at what God does when people put a plan together. I've been lucky and I've been grateful, and it's been a privilege to be able to be selected to get an apartment up in here, apartment 302. Well, when they took me up there to look at it, I had already made my mind I was going to buy furniture. When I got upstairs, I found out I didn't need to buy nothing. My oldest daughter came over last week, and she came in and she sat down on my bed. She said, I'm not leaving. And I said, you got to, because you're not on the deed. But I'm so nervous, man, but I'm so happy, man, because I remember when I got here, May the 2nd of 18, I arrived here penniless, spiritualist, beat down, man. I had just lost my wife in February from Lou Gehrig's disease. She's 51 years old, my daughter's mother. And I was still out there trying to beat this thing called addiction. I was going to find a way to beat this. But when I got here at Mariners said, you ain't got to beat it, you just got to surrender. I was in the Marine Corps for 4 years, and I thought I already knew what surrender was, but I didn't find out until I got to Mariners Inn. what surrender really means. It means I don't have to fight no more. I don't want to take up too much of y'all's time, man, but this is so much of a blessing, man, just to be able to be honest and not worry about no feedback, because when you're honest, you ain't got to worry about nothing, man. You know, I get so much joy, man, of going to those groups, man, going to Gary O's groups and Curtis Beard's groups, man. I get so much joy, man, because I see myself every time I go to a group. I see myself in those groups, and those groups teach me that I ain't got to go through that no more. You ain't got to do it no more, George, and I ain't got to do it no more. Once again, I want to just thank everybody, man, everybody, all the people that contributed, all those names I seen on that board out there, and he's building this place, all the people that contributed. That's what God does, man, when people put their stuff together, man. Thank you, Mr. Dugan. You've been a wonderful mayor, man. I want to mention one more thing, too, before I sit down. Mr. Dugan, I've been knowing Mr. Dugan a long time. I taught Ms. Dugan when I was at QBH in 2016 when Ledyard did his thing, Ms. Shedfield, too. And this man has been a blessing, man. We couldn't ask for a better mayor we had. But well, you all know, but we all know that Mr. Dugan is about to step down, and he's about to become the governor. And his seat is going to be open. And it's a lady here that I've been knowing for a long time. She was been a part of me when I was working at QBH too. And her name is Miss Shedfield. And I think that she would be a very, very good fit to take Mr. Dugan's place. And all I got to say, man, is she definitely got my vote. God bless y'all, and thank y'all so much.
On that note, we're going to have the actual ribbon cutting, and then we do have a few refreshments over here, and also tours of certain floors and areas of the building, which will be conducted by staff. So for the ribbon cutting, we're asking everyone but the speakers, if you could go out this door, go left, and just go around the corner to the main entrance of the Anchor. The speakers, myself, we're going to walk through the building to the entrance. So, again, on behalf of myself and the board, again, thank you, everyone, speakers, all of you, for being here. Thank you.